Okay, so through prime factorization, the exponents, and the mental multiplication, we've started into multiplication. So now I'm going to show a bunch of different ways to multiply. We're going to start off with smaller numbers to see what's going on, and then we'll apply them to bigger situations. So I would like everybody to try out each of the methods, and then you can decide on your own which one makes the most sense to you and which one's the most successful. So the first one is that we can make area models with this. Okay, so area models are like constructing arrays, but we don't have the little tiles because to make something that's 6 by 35, we would have to have a lot of tiles. Okay, so but we're going to make a rectangle or a square, depending on the number. But this number, is not a perfect square, so this is going to be a rectangle. Okay? And so I'm going to make a rectangle here that's going to use to represent this number. Okay? So this is going to be a 6 by, okay? I'm going to make an estimate here. We're going to break 35 up into expanded form. So that 3 is not really a 3, it's a 30. And that 5 is in the ones place, so that 5 is actually a 5. This is one of the reasons why we do the place value unit before we get into the operations, because you need to be able to do this kind of stuff in order to do some of the multiplication, dividing, adding, and subtracting. Okay, so now that I have it broken up, so we have a 6 by 30 and a 6 by 5. Okay? And then we just do the math. 6 times 30 equals, and then 6 times 5 equals. Nice thing is, we're using the powers of 10, so I can use those mental math strategies now to do this. So 6 times 3 is 18, put the 0 on, that's 180. And then 6 times 5 is 30. Now we take our two products here, we line them up, to add them. So 8 and 3. So the answer to this problem would be 210. Okay? So let's try another one. We'll do number 2 on the page. So this was number 1 on the page. This is number 2. So 3 times 48. So it's not a perfect square, so I'll make a rectangle to represent this problem. And the larger section is going to represent the 40, and the smaller section is going to represent the 8. So this is 3 times what? That 4 is not really a 4, it's a 40. And that 8 is actually an 8 because it's in the ones place. And then I just do the math. So this is 3 times 40, and then 3 times 8. 3 times 4 is 12. Put the 0. Okay, so that's why we learned that mental math strategy before we started into this. So you have that. Okay, so 3 times 8 is 24. I take my products. I add them together. So this would be 4. So our answer would be 144. Okay, so we're going to be doing these in math class the next couple of days. Just by watching the video, you should become to math class prepared to solve problems like this and have a head start to what I'm going to be talking about. So try 3 and 4 making these models. And as always, if you need help, you can always see me. And there's tons of videos. You just Google area model multiplication, and you will be able to find more than enough examples on this. All right?